Pilate entered into the judgment hall again and called Jesus, and said unto him, Are you the king of the Jews? Jesus answered him, Do you say this thing of yourself, or did others tell it to you of me? Pilate answered, I am a Jew. Your own nation and the chief priests have delivered you unto me. What have you done? Jesus answered and said, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered unto the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence. Pilate therefore said unto him, Are you a king then? And Jesus answered, You say that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause came I into the world, that I should bear witness unto the truth. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice. Jesus was born to bear witness unto the truth. There's many times the truth comes forth and bears witness in your heart that is true about certain things in our lives. Jesus was born to do this so he can help clean us up, so he can help restore us to the Father. Amen.
Come on.
To restore that relationship of the cross. You see, there's a relationship there. It first goes this way. Our relationship with God is restored. And then it goes this way, the cross. That's relationships with one another. Until you make things right with God, you can barely have a relationship with any other human on earth.
Come on.
We don't know how to actually love without selfishness, without knowing Jesus Christ.
Come on, son.
Many people believe they do, and they may have a self-love. They may have a humanistic love, but they do not have the agape love that God has without coming to God. You have to go through Jesus Christ to have that agape love. Have you found that out? Have you had relationships before and they just did not work out? You cannot love another person without the power and the love of Jesus Christ.
Come on, son.
You can be attached to them real heavy. Trust me, I understand that. And you can have a humanistic love towards your kids. But when you get the Holy Spirit inside you,
come on.
There's a totally different type of love.
Yes, love.
That agape love comes from heaven, and it's deeper than that. The agape love is selfless, not selfish.
Come on, son. Come on.
Verse 38, Pilate said unto him, What is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again unto the Jews and said unto them, I find in him no fault at all.
That's all right.
At least one thing Pilate did right. He didn't find no fault in Christ. He didn't find... Jesus is the Word. Don't y'all know that?
Amen.
We say it all the time. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. So he found no fault in the Word. However, when he asked about truth, what did he do? His attention span was short. He had what you call ADD. I've had that thing before. When you're trying to pay attention to someone and all of a sudden it just goes on. He asked what truth was, but then he turned his mind to something else.
Yes.
Turned and walked out. How many times when the Word of God comes forth through a sermon, as you open it and read it, and you see the truth, but you don't desire to really know it or understand it. Sometimes we do this. Yeah. This is what Pilate did. It's kind of like us men, we have ADWD. It's attention deficit woman disorder.
Look out, son. You better watch it.
Your wife or somebody's talking to you, it goes in one ear and out the other until they say, well, honey, I bought it. What? You bought. You made a purchase. Well, I've been telling you for an hour what I bought. What now? You bought. When it becomes important to us, when it becomes important to us to understand what the truth is, then we pay attention. Have you noticed that?
Come on, son.
It's the same with the women now. I'm not just picking on us men. But you got to admit, that's the truth.
Amen.
Now, I don't know how long some of y'all been married. Some of y'all been married a long time, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And this disorder can be pretty bad.
Come on, bro.
I had it in high school. I know. But Pilate seems to have this thing. Many people in the church have this thing now. When the Word comes forth and tells you what sin is, many people just kind of, they'll hear it and let it go in one ear and out the other. When sin destroys your life, and we see by what Jesus would do at the cross, how bad sin is, because of what he took there, you can tell it's pretty bad.
All right.
I mean, if there has to be a sacrifice of death, a sacrifice because of sin, that means sin is horrible. That means we should abhor it. We should not want it in our lives. But when truth comes forth, are we really interested in getting rid of it?
Come on.
The Lord knows our heart. Sin tears at the very fabric of the whole universe. You say, how? Because all the worlds and everything that you see and don't see was formed by the Word of the living God. He spoke everything into existence. He said, let there be, and there was. And so when you disobey the Word of God and disobey Him, what it does is it tears apart at the fragment. Why do you think all the earthquakes are so bad? Why do you think it's coming to a head, all these things that's happening in the earth? And there's hundreds of tornadoes flying everywhere right now, and it's worse than it was last year and the year before last. Thousands of earthquakes. I think they said it was like 1,041 earthquakes that Japan has had. Horrible, people. The earth cannot bear the stress of sin. It would already be destroyed if it wasn't for the cross of Christ. If it wasn't for what Jesus paid for there, I don't think we would be here right now. But since He gave Himself, nobody took Him, nobody crucified Him. He gave Himself to be crucified. Because you remember when they come after Him in the garden, and in the Gospel of John, they said, we're looking for Jesus of Nazareth. He said, I am He. The whole regiment fell back and fell to the ground. Now that's the power of the spoken word. Think about that. I am He. He had to lower His authority for them to have Him. They couldn't even grab Him without Him giving Himself. Y'all see that? It wasn't the nails that held Him to the cross. It was His love for you and me and all sinners, all those who need Jesus. That's why He did this thing. Because sin would bring death coming all the way from the Garden of Eden. And God cannot lie. When He said sin would bring death, it would have to bring death. And so when they did sin and disobeyed, it was going to bring the death of something. And Jesus already knew before the foundations of the earth what His calling would be, what He would do for mankind. Not only to reconcile us back to God, but to show us how much He loves you. Think about it. We would not understand the love of God if we had not seen what He was willing to do for each and every one of us. He was willing to give His life. I mean, would you be willing to give your life for someone who hates you? Who is disobedient, who doesn't listen to you, who can't stand you, who betrays you, who knives you in the back? Jesus did. Oh man, all of us have been there. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and yet He loved us before we loved Him. Trust me. He loved us while we were yet sinners. Oh, it tears at me. But let me keep on going, because the world's got something else on their mind. Verse 39. But you have a custom that I should release unto you one at the Passover. Will you therefore that I release unto you the King of the Jews? Then cried they all, saying, not this man, but Barabbas.